Hello fellow Destiny 2 fans and welcome to another Destiny video. Today's topic is going to be all about the eerie and fascinating story behind XUR and who or what he actually is. I'm going to be giving some flashpoints in the description so you can skip to the spot you think is interesting and want to know more about. But before we move on, I want to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends, family, and fellow Destiny fans, or anywhere you like, so I can keep making these videos for people who are curious about Our story takes place in the distant past of the Golden Age, long before the Nine had made their impact on the solar system. Humans during the Golden Age traveled the system, colonized the Jovians, such as Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, for scientific purposes and to expand the populations of the human race. But due to some events taking place, it was all destroyed. Humans almost went extinct, technology was lost to the past and became relics of a long forgotten time. Everything humanity knew was gone, leading us into the collapse. The collapse was a period in time where nearly all humans on Earth were destroyed, leaving them weak and vulnerable. The Traveler had appeared on their planet after leaving the moon in a rush to escape the darkness that was there. The Traveler itself was made by the darkness, but it escaped its clutches and fled from it as much as it could. It fears the darkness. This knowledge will come in useful later on our timeline. Humans were given the powers of the light to protect humanity and rebuild anew, to ensure the survival of the species. But far into the solar system, deep within the Jovian masses, something was happening. Something big. Somewhere, somehow out in the universe, unknowing to any man or woman, was the creation of the Nine. The Nine are beings originating from streams of dark matter particles traveling across the galaxy and solar system, looking for a place to rule and control. Dark matter is only attracted to regular matter through gravity, pulling them toward cores of suns and planets around it. This would repeat over and over and over again, an endless cycle, until the spark of consciousness came into existence, and would then call themselves the Nine. This event was taking place over hundreds of millions of years, just waiting for life to evolve enough to be able to control. During the collapse, the Nine went to the inhabitants of Jovian planets with a deal to recreate and renew anyone who decided to take the deal. This deal was where our main character, XUR, was coming into fruition, and to become a part of every guardian throughout our solar system. During the collapse, the Nine went to the inhabitants of Jovian planets with a deal to recreate and renew anyone who decided to take the deal. This deal was where our main character, XUR, was coming into fruition, and to become a part of every guardian throughout our solar system. Now, something to understand is that XUR is not human or one of the Nine. He is Jovian, an inhabitant of the outer planets, but not in the way you would think. After completing the deal with humans to be converted, they were no longer the equilibrium between darkness and light. They became ones with the darkness, and everything about them changed. Their appearances, thoughts, actions, and motives were haywire and on the complete opposite spectrum of the light. According to rumors and legends, the Nine were always interested in fabricating a way to create matter and life from the basic understanding of nothing. They were trying to do the impossible, and yet they did it. During their testing, they would create these gates that connected them and another strange place together so that they could create life. Their technological and magical ability allowed them to create XUR, their ambassador, their messenger and gift bringer for the Guardians. Many failed attempts and hundreds of redesigns later, and they were successful. Now having control of the outer planets and the darkness, they were able to send their new creation, XUR, to Earth to investigate and explore the human race. There isn't much lore about XUR himself and his appearances on Earth, but from what we know and when he comes, we can place him at the end of the Great Ahamkara hunt in the tower. His appearances at the tower was known among Guardians to be from the Nine, but everyone was skeptical of his true intentions on their planet. XUR, on arrival, was humanoid on a basic level. He stood and sounded human, but he did not talk like a human. He spoke how he was acting. There was no hidden meaning behind his actions. This flaw was what brings us to how he got his hunchback and distorted voice. When on Earth, a guardian by the name of Orin was sent to investigate XUR by order of Marasov. After confronting XUR and speaking with him, Orin interpreted XUR's movements as hostile and uneasy, then sent Orin into a rage. She grabs her by the throat, breaking his windpipes, and then she struck him. The swift and heavy blow of her warhammer into his chest sends him flying, breaking his spine and further leaving him immobile, or at least with permanent damage to his posture. There are theories about why he has tentacles on his face, stating that there was an uncanny resemblance to the dark tendrils that appear when entering a no respawn zone. The reasons why this has become a theory is because when dying in one of these areas, you're actually being converted to the darkness, and thus the reasoning behind XUR's face. In short, the tentacles on his face represent the darkness, and the effect you see in your vision also represents that darkness. From one of the quotes given to us, "So much light here, I suppose I feel pain." We again confirm that he is made from the darkness, but not entirely. Because he isn't 100% darkness, he is able to tolerate the light attacking him. He appears once a week across the inner planets of the solar system to bring gifts from the Nine. He says over and over again that he's just a messenger. He does not have control of his own actions, and that the Nine do not want him to hurt the Guardians, but rather see him. XUR talks about how he feels disconnected from himself and how he doesn't control his actions, but rather the Nine do. XUR's purpose is to gift any Guardian with exotic armor and weapons to help them along their adventures, but there is a reason as to why he only stays for a short amount of time. And it may surprise you to know that there are 3 reasons to why. The light hurts XUR. Coming from darkness, visiting the planets on the inner parts of the system does cause harm to him over his stay. The Traveler knows he is there and is constantly attacking XUR mentally and physically to get him to leave for good. But XUR can't leave on his own. The Nine force him to stay there. The Nine send XUR as an ambassador to present gifts to the humans because the Nine want to be in good side of the Guardians, or at least not as bad as they usually are. They force him to stay within the Traveler's reaches for as long as possible, just barely retrieving him before he dies to the Traveler's light. When he returns to the Jovians to heal, he isn't allowed freedom to do as he wishes. He's a prisoner of his own creation. XUR is looking for a way out. Now, it may not be obvious on the surface, but if you dive deeper into his dialogue, you can start to understand the internal struggle that he's going through. He has no free will, no connection to reality, no grasp as to what he's doing or why he's doing it. Only darkness. He pleads and pleads with the Guardians to help him, asking for their help, wanting to feel life for the first time before it was too late. But he can't control what happens to him, the Nine of complete control. He's trapped in his own prison, trying to escape his reality and find a new one. After hours of research, thread digging, and lore retrievals, we are able to confirm that XUR is the only one of his species. He wasn't born naturally to a mother and father, but from the reconstruction of matter and energy that was given a consciousness. Yes, he may be given the title Jovian in the records about him, but in reality he is something else, something completely different and new. He is XUR Jovian. If that theory doesn't stick, then we can also conclude that he was once human, but being converted made him one with the darkness. But all in all, he is new. He is different and strange and wanting the life that he doesn't have. He is mysterious, and anyone who is slightly interested in Destiny lore will say that they want more about XUR and true lore. They want more from Bungie. If that theory doesn't stick, then we can also conclude that he was once human, but being converted made him one with the darkness. But all in all, he is new. He is different and strange and wanting the life that he doesn't have. He is mysterious, and anyone who is slightly interested in Destiny lore will say that they want more about XUR and true lore. They want more from Bungie. Hey everyone, thank you for watching till the end of this video. It means a lot when you guys watch my content because it allows me to be motivated to create more for you guys to watch. I really like making these kinds of things because it gives me something to do while stuck at home or having free time. Destiny lore is one of the most confusing timelines out there when it comes to video games because of the amount of information and hidden data there is and the vast timelines that there are to explore. So if you guys want a specific video for me to produce, then go ahead and comment down below, or participate in the poll by clicking the little eye icon in the corner of your screen. Again, thank you and have a wonderful time.